Welcome to Prodigy Sport Advantage Stations. P.S.A. podcast is an unconventional podcast that challenges the audience to think outside the box using real-life experiences, clever narratives, original quotes, and the creative use of satire in order to break the audience free from negative paradigms and push them towards their own personal growth. This is by no means a method to condemn or bash the audience, but instead encourage and showcase a different perspective that might not have been seen before. P.S.A. is designed to showcase to the listeners that the power of the mind is not a joke, and if a person can learn to control their mind and their thoughts, they will ultimately control their life. This podcast serves as a means of entertainment and educational purposes only, and not a replacement for therapy or any other type of professional help that the audience may desire. All right, y'all, what's going on? It is week 3, track 3 of the Bold album, the series. It's popping. I got my belligerent shirt on today. If you want one, invest in belligerent, support black business. It's 1 for 30 and 2 for 50. More colors coming soon. All right, so stay tuned for that. Now, for today, we have another guest, another feature. Last week we had D Hope, and he blew it up. And this week we got somebody else who goes viral. D Hope goes viral, I say, for funny stuff, and then obviously the inspirational, the fried apple. My other guest, he goes viral for good stuff, but he done had some moments where he done went with a little controversial. So we're gonna get into that. But before we get into that, I want to talk about today's title. So today's title obviously is How to Survive Going Viral Part 2. And then the meme reads, make sure you're popular for the right reasons. Because a lot of times y'all be popular, but it don't be for the right reasons. It be for some mess and some things like that. But we're going to get into all of that today. But first, let me bring my guest on. Stu, what's going on?
What's the word?
How you living?
You know, I can't complain, G.
All right, so,
Life is good.
Life is good? Okay. We're gonna get on that in a second. Okay, but the inspiration for this episode is obviously my last episode where we ended off talking about, social anxiety that comes from it, and we talked about, what it's like to be in the spotlight and the disadvantages and the negatives. And then obviously trolls is another form of inspiration because, I be trolling sometimes. But sometimes the people that go viral be trolling too.
Yeah, a good percentage of the time.
Yeah, and then inspiration comes from Matthew 23:12. It says, for those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. We're going to talk a little bit about humility a little later on. But tell the people your name, where you're from, and where do you live currently.
All right. So I'm Stu, born and raised in the Lou. I don't feel like I'm leaving no time soon. I got a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. I'm an artist from the city, just trying to create wherever way I can, give back.
Okay. So you're an artist. What kind of art do you do?
Honestly, whatever art I put my mind to, for real.
Oh, you can mime?
No, I said whatever art I put my mind to.
No, and I asked, can you mime?
Oh, not yet.
You gonna learn?
If I wanted to.
We love your honesty.
That's how
All
I feel
right,
about
so I want to say, first of all, publicly, I appreciate you. When I started my first season, I didn't even know you like that, and you was reposting my stuff when I asked you to. And yes, that's back when you still got a big following, but you had to restart. We're gonna talk about that too. But you was up there. I think you had already been viral that time by then.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about getting you on for a long time, and now look at us now. So,
work.
You said what?
Let's get to work.
So, tell us about the first time you went viral. Do you remember?
Honestly, I don't, because I was going viral way before the 10K, like a lot. That was a long time ago. I can't even remember the first time. There's been so many different things and so many different reasons, if I had to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, tell us the one time you remember the most.
I would say the time I remember most is like the time where like Cardi B had posted the tweet on her page, and I seen it on TikTok, and Sweetie like that. It was just a whole lot of like celebrities and stuff happening with us. I was like, oh man, this shit really taking off.
And did you get like a lot of follows and stuff from it?
Yeah, I'm right. I got like every time I go viral, it's like a couple hundred people at a time follow me.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you know how many times you've been viral? You done lost track.
No, I done lost track. It's been a lot of times, like more than on my fingers for sure.
Okay. So, okay. Um, I went ahead and defined popular. It says liked, admired, or enjoyed by many people or a particular person or group. I only got one definition this time. Usually I have a few. Do you consider yourself popular?
I guess you can say that.
You know, it's funny because last week's guest was the same way. I was like, you know, you know, you popular. Like, I don't like to say celebrity. I just like to say I'm known, but it's like you are.
Yeah, it's like, but I don't really like the word popular. But I mean, if you could say like a lot of people know me, then that's a that's a safe bet. Then
Okay. And the thing with you is, I feel like people know you for the right reasons. That's why I think you perfect for this topic because I've never heard your name with nothing, no mess. I've never heard it.
you won't either unless somebody's hating.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
the thing is too, how do you feel? Personal opinion. How do you feel about them people who are popular for the wrong reasons?
What you mean by wrong reasons though?
When I say wrong reasons, I mean who intentionally just stir up mess, who just cause controversy just cause. Not even with like a healthy. Last week I talked about having a healthy debate. They just want a problem.
My thing is, because the one thing I learned with like popularity and going viral, it brings a lot of different energy to you. So like my hats off to them for doing that and that being okay with them, but I don't need that kind of tension in my life, you know?
You know what? For me, I was talking about this the other day. I'm really energy sensitive, and like I can't. I mean I can, but I try at this point not to be around bad energy if I don't have to.
Yeah, I
My
really feel
favorite, my favorite phrase is "flee the scene." Um, and then I had a meme of SpongeBob running away. Like
nah, I feel that though.
I don't want to be around that energy because now you bringing me down, and then I feel like I'm forced to. I'm not forced, but I feel like I'm forced to give you what you're looking for or react to what you're giving me, and I don't want to be around people like that or people who endorse stuff like that. That's just me.
You're a smart man.
I appreciate it.
You protecting your energy that way because that shit can be stressful.
It can be, and I feel like at one point in time I used to, and I'm being honest, I used to like stuff like that. Now I'm like, no.
Nah, because it be even on top of that, like the more you do that, you get popular faster that way. I'll be honest. Like being positive and stuff don't get you as noticed, but you can be ignorant all day and you'll get all the attention you want, and you'll pop off and you'll make, you have a million followers and shit. But the stuff that come with that is it'd be like people that you don't know that know you, be coming at you sideways or talking about you like they know you. So you really got to embrace all of that when you were doing all that.
Yeah,
And like my
yeah.
perfect example is like 6ix9ine.
My favorite.
You know what I'm saying? He basically got viral off doing ignorant shit and saying ignorant shit. But they be bringing a whole lot of unwanted attention to him and put him in situations where he should never even been in.
But he like it, and you know what?
That's why I say
Even
hats off
though,
to you if you like that.
yeah, the thing with him though is even though obviously he say some stuff that's like, come on, why would you say that? But that's his goal is to rile people up, and I feel like people fall victim to him because if he one of the people, if you don't give him no attention, he not gonna know how to act.
That's
But
true.
they're gonna give him the attention that he wants. So,
And he's good at it too.
oh yeah, he's a menace.
Like he has a talent for trolling. Like that's crazy to say, but it's true.
Yeah, yeah, definitely for sure a talent. Now, how do you balance being a jewel dropper and hella funny simultaneously?
Well, to be honest with you, it's all about being true to yourself and not trying to be something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not nothing on internet that I'm not in real life. So I'm
Right.
just tweeting me and it just so happened to be popping or a lot of people like it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not balancing that. I'm balancing myself every day. And that's just me putting myself out there.
Right.
I just like to be honest with who I am on the internet and people just accept that and like that.
Yeah.
See, I can't speak on people who do it intentionally because you know what I'm saying, that's a whole different process. I'm just being me and it happens.
Yeah. Now today I ain't gonna lie, you giving me Big Sean energy. I don't know if you hear that a lot.
That's my boy though. That's funny.
That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting Big Sean. Next question. How do you feel about Um, do people? How do you feel about being known in public? Like, do you go out and people are like, oh, that's cool, and they don't know you personally?
No, that definitely has happened a lot of times. Like they'll say, "Ain't you? What's the name?" I honestly don't like it. Like I'm not. I'm what you call an ambivert, right?
Yeah.
Like I have like a really social side and also have an equally like to myself side.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I'm not in that social like space, then I really want to be left alone. So like if people like see me at work or like see me out in public when I'm doing my own thing with my girl or something, I ain't really trying to be on that, you know?
Yeah.
It just be like there's no way to turn it off. You either known or you're not. So you can't be not known when you go out somewhere, and it get annoying for me.
Now we know that a lot of people they are known for the wrong reasons. Have you ever went viral for something that maybe you was just talking, being you? Because I don't believe you do things with malice. And you said something, and it was a lot of negative feedback and criticism.
I definitely have been viral for saying something like challenging women on some topic. I can't say the wrong one because I really don't remember them, but it definitely has happened a few times. Or like I would say something, and either like what I was trying to say wasn't worded right, so like the quick reaction kind of make it blow up,
Mm.
or like I was just misinformed on what I talked about. So I've definitely had like several kind of moments like that.
I remember one time you were engaged with somebody. It might have happened before, but it was one time I remember publicly seeing it, and it was this dude who came at Q.
Oh
Q was
yeah,
this girl, by the way, for y'all that don't know.
I remember that.
And I remember seeing that, and I was just like, and he was like, "Yeah, she white. You saying you letting your white girl say the N word?" I was like, "What?" And I was just like, and when I seen it, and the reason I bring it up is because the messaging is just like, you could be the nicest person in the world, and it's gonna be that one person that's used to try to get you out of character. That's so crazy to me.
The more attention you bring yourself and the more probably you become, the more you're susceptible to those situations too. Like it's more common than you think.
Yeah.
Like and that moment was like a real teaching lesson for me because like I ain't gonna lie to you, like my first reaction was because I don't like being tried at all. Like I'm a peaceful person, but if you want it, I want it. Like that's my mantra.
Yeah.
But I'm peaceful first, so I'm not never on that. But
Yeah.
when that came to me all that energy, like my first reaction was, no, I'm trying to do something about them. I'm trying to see what these niggas really on because
Yeah.
I'm not no internet fighter or like arguer, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type of person to go back and forth with people on the internet.
Yeah.
And then like Q was like, nah, ignore them. But I was immediately hot in my head, like, cause I don't like why was like disrespecting me or Q. Like you could say something to me, but really saying something about Q really takes me out like immediately. But she was just like, they don't know you, they just hating on you, and like they'll say something to you in public, and like she put it into perspective. Like I gotta really like live above things if I'm gonna be doing this and like taking stuff off of this because it's gonna always be somebody trying me, and if I stoop down to like every time somebody tried me, then I wouldn't be, what I'm saying, the man that I want to be or supposed to be.
Well, look, I don't. I'm sure that comment didn't encourage her to do what she did, but look, can't nobody. First of all, the way her demeanor and everything was at first, couldn't nobody say nothing to her. But they really can't say nothing to her now.
Now what's crazy is like before all that we was already on like our little journey, and that was
Yeah.
just like the beginning of it.
Hmm.
Like, cause if like we tried to like get our shit together a couple of times, but like the right moments really take off for you. So quarantine was like a moment for everybody to like do something with it.
Yeah.
And like we had just started getting on everything, so like the timing of that was like so crazy. It was like you wrong already, but you really finna be really wrong. You know what I'm saying? In a minute.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where like yeah, I can go back and forth with you, or I can know you, ignore you, and show you actually what I really am.
Right.
And that's just how we trying to live our lives over here.
I don't blame you. That and y'all won in the end because at the end of the day, like it's it's funny. The dude was from St. Louis.
Yeah.
I remember this is Facebook. This one I used to be a menace. I mean, I'm still a menace. And I was a
That's me.
menace. And this was in high school, and I forgot this dude was going in on my homegirl, so I jumped in. He was like talking crazy, and I was like, I said, dude, I guess Buddy mad. And he was like, nigga, you can pull up to Walnut Park right now. I said, bet I'm on the way. Why would I go, first of all? Why would I go to Walnut Park?
Already.
Secondly,
And
why
Whistler
would I
Beach.
go to your hood by myself to fight you? You not gonna be by yourself.
You was trolling them, huh?
Yeah, he was pissed. As long as I know I ruined his day. See, that type of stuff like
That's kind of shit you was on.
I ruined your day. You probably was at home hot talking about it. Charlie throwing subliminals on Facebook about it. Cause you know
He
it's
was
like
he broke a piece of his blinds looking out the window all day looking for you.
uh-huh. Yep. I knew it was another situation. One of my old friends, she was telling about how some girl said she was gonna kill her. She was just like, yeah, and you keep talking about me, and she sent her the skull emoji. She was like, oh, so you gonna kill me? And she was like, I'm coming to your house on Saturday. And she said she sat at the door all day waiting, and she never came
Goofy, you ruined her whole day. She didn't say do all day. Whatever she had to do was on hold.
because she wanted to sit and wait on somebody that wouldn't come.
That's nonsense, man. We not on that kind of time.
You know, I think about people who engage in negative conversations, panels, and even people who get on TV shows just to get a certain look. They don't care if it's good, bad, or indifferent. They just want that look. They want somebody to talk about them. They don't even care. And you know, I think of the people who became popular for the wrong reasons. And instantly, and of course, we were laughing at first, and kind of taking it deep for a hot second. Like the people like the George Zimmerman and you know the people who lost their lives to police brutality and things like that. Like you hate to say it, but in a sense, like people like the George Floyd, and then like even the police officer, even like with George Zimmerman, I say because he's still out here living his life,
Hmm.
but he didn't kind of in a sense they developed a sense of popularity
Yeah, he
because
really did that.
he not dead. If he was in jail for whatever reason, it wasn't for that, and then it was for something else, and he got back out.
Like every
So
time he
what do
do
you?
something, his name is in the news.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you think about people like that? As far as like, they really got known for the wrong reason and they still relevant.
I think I'm like amazed by that because like this energy that I get out doing positive stuff be negative too. So I can only imagine how it feels to like live through that every day.
Yeah,
Like I'm sure he go places and feel uncomfortable just because it be black people sometimes.
yeah,
This is the consequences of your decisions when you know what I'm saying, when you do stuff like that. So like every day you like living in fear, but at the same time, there's other side of people who's like cheering you on, rooting for you. So like every day is like chaos.
yeah.
That's a wild way to live.
No, it definitely is. So, according to being known for the good, it says a lot of people in today's society are famous because of something they did wrong. It said, yet Miley Cyrus was famous before she started shaking her butt, and sticking her tongue out, and gained thousands of Twitter followers. It says the how about that girl on Dr. Phil for being a bad child when she said one single phrase, she became famous and now appears in rap music videos and on famous YouTube channels as well. It says, I would rather be known for the great things I rather did than the bad. It's like gossip. When you do something bad and everyone finds out, everyone's talking about you. People thrive off people's lives and drama. I kind of forgot about Miley Cyrus, but I do remember she did have a little stint where she was like wigging out and she was twerking and the tongue was out and she was on stage. And again, I'm not going to say she was on drugs because I don't know that. But you know, you could assume that. I mean, we could still be wrong. Maybe she was just wild that day. Maybe she had an energy drink because sometimes energy drinks be wiring me up.
No, she bought
Like
on drugs.
them C4s, I be feeling like I could peel my skin off. You ever had one of them?
No, I don't do any drinks.
I did. Well, sometimes you need that boost when you go to the gym. Well, I did, and I just felt like I could just like just do like this and my skin would come off.
No, I don't need to drink nothing to do that to me.
I really think about the how about the Catch Me Outside. How about that? Like she had some songs. I don't know if she still make music, but it's crazy how these people with her even. I'll even say, do you feel like she more so became famous on some good stuff? No, on some negative stuff, but she flipped it to a good reason because the way she was rapping and making music off her songs,
she
even though they
she
wasn't
flipped it
like
something positive for her personally, yeah, but also what she still represents is still something negative, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this may be controversial, but I feel like when you're white, you can do that, you know? you can flip it and thrive and turn it into a business and stuff when you like black people don't have that same kind of luxury. You know what I'm saying? We would be shunned and looked down upon and laughed at if we did it.
Yeah.
Like I heard she just made $1 million on OnlyFans. That's wild.
Who the Catch Me Outside girl?
Yeah, it was all over Twitter.
Oh yeah.
She basically became a millionaire off that moment years ago. I don't feel
Yeah.
like black people get those same kind of luxuries to do stuff like that.
No, and I'm trying to think of an example where it was something similar to that, and it was the exact opposite. I know it's one.
I
It'll
can't think
probably
of one.
it'll probably hit for the episode out.
Yeah, make sure you tweet that.
What we just talked about?
Yeah, whenever you come to you.
Okay, bet. Now it says from the same website, being a generous person because you want to be, not because it's going to make you popular and talked about. It says you want to do good things because it'll make you look good, then you aren't truly being good. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. You need to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and it's what you want to do. Who cares if it doesn't make you well known or talked about? That's the thing. People don't want to be known for. They just want to be known. They don't care if it's good, bad, or indifferent. Or sometimes, what do you think about those people? I don't think all these people are always bad, but how do you feel about people who go like feed the homeless or give shoes to the homeless and they always record themselves? Or when they go do under like driving and they get them some money and they got their phone up and they record themselves giving them money. What do you think about that?
I feel like as long as you did actually did that, then I really don't care what you record and post because like I'd rather see that than somebody laughing at the homeless and stuff.
Yeah,
Like even if it's corny or forced, it's like I still see it being done in the world, so I'll take that over nothing. That's just the way I look at things. Cause like we live in the era right now where everything is ran through the media, and like everybody looking for their way to make their known their 15 minutes so they can make something out of it. So I can't knock somebody trying to get their 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But as long as you genuinely doing the things like you actually doing it, then I don't care how you put it out there for real.
yeah. And even if you look at it from that way, even for the people who are doing it with the mindset of, oh, I'm doing it just to get some, like, see, look at me, y'all, I'm doing something good. It still may be subconsciously inspiring somebody to go out
You know
and
what I'm
do that.
saying? Somebody still gonna
So,
do it. And
yeah,
at the same time, too, it's like we all do things for selfish reasons. That's just you gonna do stuff that puts you in the best position. If somebody benefiting off of it, then oh well. That's how I feel.
yeah, yeah,
And like
you
that
make sense.
homeless man still got fed, right?
Yeah,
So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Well, my
yeah.
man, you still doing some kind of good in the world.
I know a dude who, out here, it was a dude I know, and he didn't give nothing to the homeless, but it wasn't on no like petty. He just didn't have no cash, and he's like, I ain't got nothing.
Uh
And his dude was like, oh, you got this suit on, and you ain't got no money for me. And he said the dude picked up a glass and like stabbed him, like,
Damn.
like they was tussling.
Hey, but that's the shit that comes with it too, though.
Yeah,
You look at pros
unfortunately.
and cons. Like I'm a realist. I feel like people always gonna do what's best for them, or people gonna. You know what I'm saying? I just like to look at the world in the real way, not what I think it should be. So I'm not gonna tell somebody, hey, you shouldn't do that because it's not ethical that way. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's doing it, that's all that matters to me. As
Yeah,
long as that act is being performed, I don't care how you go about it. I'm
yeah,
not expecting somebody to be holy and Christian because not everybody on that.
yeah. All right, so the last part it says, "Do the right thing because you want to, not because it'll make you famous. Do it for you and the ones that care about you because they're the ones who will remember the good things you did and look past the bad." I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. We don't have to go into details about that.
That was
All
pretty.
right, so then it says seven secrets of being popular from lifehack.org because at the end of the day, he didn't went viral. I went viral one time, a long time ago. I'm gonna go viral again soon, but we're gonna press for the right reasons. Even though on this Twitter I don't wow like I did because I said it once, I said it again. Open casket sharp Izzy and Izzy Bake Oven Izzy are two totally different people.
Two different Izzy's.
Open casket sharp was out of control.
We're not gonna hold that against you.
And that's why that page had to be deleted because I was watching something. This was years ago, like 2019, and I remember the lady was saying they were talking about Kevin Hart and Cardi B at the time, and they said you gonna try to put me on blast, you're gonna do your dirty work. I'm deleting all that old stuff now before I get up there and y'all try to be like you ain't finna ditch you me.
That's hey, that's real. You gotta think ahead.
Shout out to Fallon because they be trying to dish you her, but she's still here.
I hope she stayed long for a long time.
She's still here. All right. So again, for the people who want to be popular, who are already popular, because at the end of the day, some people are just meant for that. They're born to be known. It's the career they go in, and some people they just are. Whether it's even like on some, they just known in they city. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not gonna be in a superstar celebrity, but you may be a superstar celebrity in your city. So it says seven secrets of being popular from lifehack.org. It says the first one, don't try to be popular. People will see through you. I feel like they'll catch on at some point.
That's a
Um,
given.
insecurity, right? Insecurity is loud. Like you can kind of tell these days who's insecure and who not just by how they be moving. It says think of others more than you think of yourself. I still believe you got to put yourself first at times,
Me
but
too.
because people kill me with that, they always put everybody else first, and then they be struggling, and then
Never again. Never again.
so I feel like that one's half and half personally. The third one is pretty self-explanatory. Be yourself. I say that, but at the same time, a lot of people don't know how to be themselves. So you might need to go on the you journey of figuring out maybe the suggestion. Take a break from social media just so you can kind of learn what you like and see. Are you being influenced to like something, or do you actually like it?
It's usually the first one, but we'll get around to that.
Yeah. The fourth one, it says have a big heart. So this is what it says on the website. It says this is one of the most important factors determining how people appreciate us. If we're always judging others with a critical mind, people will naturally feel slighted. If we go out our way to appreciate the good qualities of others, the people will warm to our generous spirit. So
This is true.
yeah. Um I mean as humans we naturally judge, but just to one, keep it to yourself, or you don't have to speak on it, because you may see something and think something and then be like, okay, let me not say that. I'm speaking to myself. I've gotten better though, because sometimes I'll be like,
It's best to just shut the hell up. I'm learning that.
but see, now I wear bunkers all the time in my shade, so it's like I just kind of, I just be in the back smizing. All right, the fifth one it says reduce your ego. Don't seek to impress people, though appearing to be wise. To drop names and important achievements is a conversation. When you magnify your ego, you only increase your popularity with yourself. If you can work without demand for outer recognition and praise, people will warm to your natural humility. Let actions speak louder than words. If you do good things, there is no need to act as if your own your own self publicist. Now I like that one because the whole name dropping thing. You know anybody that name drop?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't even name drop celebrities. They name drop like Twitter and Instagram celebrities.
That's I feel like that's lame.
Very nice.
Because that's more common than you think. So, you know what I'm saying? You're just doing something that a lot of people doing too.
Yeah.
And if you just experience it, you ain't got to talk about it like that. Like that, I feel like that's lame.
People do it.
That's crazy.
The sixth one, humor. I think we both do a good job of this. It said is one of the most significant attributes that people appreciate in others. It is said humor is one of the most important things women look in a man when choosing a relationship. This is true. And it says things do not mean we have to be a stand-up comic with a long list of jokes. I disagree. Yes, you do.
You
Have
definitely got to come with it.
definitely. But I feel like honestly, like I told you, I've been out here what almost 10 years, but everybody that I be meeting from St. Louis be funny.
I
I
think
don't know if
that's
they do it
St.
on
Louis for
purpose.
sure.
I don't know if it's just like or
Nah,
what.
that's real. We funny over here.
We be hella funny, and I just be like, I even get to Chicago people. They be kind of funny too. But of course, I'm gonna say St. Louis first, cause like,
Hey, but you being honest though, we really be hella funny.
and we just be saying all stupid stuff.
That's because we be ourselves wherever we go,
Yeah.
and that energy just be leaking out, and people just be so enjoying
We leaking out. I'm crying.
it.
All right, the last one. It says follow your ideals quietly. I can't read today. Follow your ideas quietly. It's people look up to those who have a solid character with the attributes of honesty, kindness, strength, and humility. But at the same time, these are ideals to be lived with and not talked about. Quite often, we see some people talking about how others should live a good life. So, that's an interesting one.
I'm a little on the fence with that one, if I'm
I
hearing
am
you.
too. I am too, because it says that obviously I get the first part. People look up to humility, strength, all that good stuff. It
Uh-huh.
says, but others talk about people and how others should live their good life. Um, I don't think that's. I don't. What is a good life? It's kind of to me like what is a good person?
I think that sounds
Because
like the Christian good way.
and see, and my thing is with that one, I feel I don't have no issue with that, but I think in this case it's kind of like I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it because it's just
I ain't really rolling with that one either.
yeah, I don't like it. But see, that's why we here because you can have this stuff. We can agree to disagree on it, but we both kind of like yeah, I don't know about that one. But yeah, it don't really
Like
make
in a sense, I get what they're saying, but I ain't fully agreeing with that one.
nah. But the rest of them, I was like, they pretty solid though.
No, they pretty spot on. That's how you make it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. But I think this one is a little forced. I get the attributes, but I don't think people. But what is a good life? Everybody's good life is different. You know what I'm saying? As far as like when people say what is a good person, and if that's the case, if we have our own set of rules of what a good person is, when we gonna say, especially being where we from, we gonna say, oh, he a good person, but he done killed 3 kids, he done robbed these
But he's
stores.
still a good person. Like I know him.
So I just be like, well, if that's we going off that, because people have called me the devil before, but I be like, y'all haven't seen the devil, and I don't even, and I don't even, I they would be here all day. All right, so any tips? I always got for my college kids. I always look out for them. So any tips and scenarios or any ideas you got for like people that's in college who feel like they may be popular or want to be popular but don't want to go about it maybe the wrong way.
I feel like the best way to be known is being yourself, but being consistently yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like sometimes we can like dim our light to make others feel better,
Yeah.
and I'm really not a big fan of that act. Like I'm not gonna tell people to be humble, and I want people to like shine bright and just be the most them wherever they go and be comfortable being them. Because it's like it don't matter what you do, if you being yourself and you doing it, some audience is gonna gravitate to you.
Yeah.
That's the thing about social media. I can have a certain topic that I hit hard and well, and eventually I'm gonna pull in followers that agree with me more and more. And so much that they following. I got like 100,000 followers of people who fuck with this type of thing.
Yeah.
Like for instance, the brother nature dude. What was he doing? All he was doing was like going to nature and just saying what's up to animals. Clearly, a lot of people fuck with that and they like that, and that just brought a whole following to him. You know what I'm saying? And now he doing the
Yeah.
same thing. So it's all about just doing what you do, but just keep doing and being consistent at that. Don't ever try to be like something everybody else is doing. Like what you like and like it proudly and loudly.
And that's the thing. Like everybody want to be different,
The
but
best
nobody
way, the
want to
best
be
way to be
different.
different is being yourself because everybody's different.
But that's what I say. Everybody want to be different, but don't nobody want to be different.
That's the
And
crazy part. I don't get it.
we'll be here all day. I'll be so tired of them. I'm sick of all of them. I'm sick of them, all of them. I just look at them and just,
Like we wearing the same clothes, talking the same, going to the same spots. Like do you?
all right.
You feel that way?
I don't even want to keep on going over because
All right, we can move on from that
I'm
one.
gonna say something. All right, moving into game time. All right, today's game time is titled "Popular Lame." I'm gonna ask Stu. I'm gonna run through a few scenarios, and I want Stu to tell me whether or not this person on social media is either popular, like they popping in a good way, or you lame. All right.
Okay.
So the first one, it says a dude started internet beef with females and telling them how they should treat a man.
Say it again.
A dude started internet beef with females and telling them how they should treat a man.
Oh yeah, that's lame.
Okay, I don't. How do you feel about before? This ain't even one of the questions, but how do you feel about Kevin Samuels? What do you think of him?
I think. See the misunderstood thing about Kevin Samuels is they think he just does this for women. That's the common misconception, and he does it for men and women. But the women took off because it was such an uncommon thing that people was doing. So I don't find nothing wrong with him because the things I think he make a lot of sense. I think he can learn to be a little less aggressive
Yeah,
if you want his message to be really heard from women.
yeah.
Because like you really got to peel the women's emotional side when you're talking to them. You can't just speak logic to them all the time or like just say guess what you're right.
Ooh,
Because they move off emotion. You got to tell them, you know what I'm saying? They got to feel what you're saying. You can't just speak it to them.
yeah,
Like you got to really care about their feelings when you're talking to them. And like I feel like your message won't be heard if you be that aggressive. Like you can be right all day, but if they can't feel what you're saying, then they ain't listening.
yeah.
So like I like what he's doing, but if he changes up a little more, he can see so much more success.
And then it's just, well, I don't know, because this is what maybe why he getting all this
I
success,
was just finna say, but that's why he get attention though. So it's kind of like devil's advocate there.
because he's a, because they say he a menace, and then it's funny because it seemed like he just came out of nowhere.
And then now that I watched actually an episode of his, he was talking about like he been doing this kind of stuff for like years though. But you know, it take that one social media moment, then that's how you get your shit to take off. So I can see that.
Yeah, that's why it was one episode I had that was from season one. I deleted out the whole catalog because I ain't got time. I ain't got time.
What was it about?
Off air conversation because we'll talk about that afterwards.
All
All
right,
right,
great talk.
the next one. It says dropping inspirational quotes and gems daily and it blows up. This person popular, they lame.
Say it again.
They just drop inspirational quotes and gems on their pages and it blows up.
Oh yeah, they popular. They showing love. They ain't doing nothing wrong. Putting niggas on game.
Posting fight videos on on their page.
I feel like that's lame.
I feel like we too old for that.
Yeah, I feel like we look too old for that. Like that was cool in like high school, but even then, you was like, all right, they fighting.
Yeah. Posting workout videos for the world to see with different strategies on how to get fit.
They popping.
Posting your relationships, ships, plural, and showing the world what you think a good relationship should look like.
They popping.
Even with those different relationships.
Hey, obviously people keep getting with them.
Okay. All right. The game time is over. All right. End it off with the question and challenge for my people. Make sure you answer this and tag me in the answer in the box on Instagram. What is your take on being popular? Do you think it's needed or unnecessary and why? I'm sure we're going to have different reasons for that. I mean, it is what it is. It's your personal opinion. And that's pretty much it. So before you go, Stu, you got anything you want to drop and tell the people? Anything you working on, coming up with? We got to get your Instagram, no, your Twitter back popping because they had to make a new one.
Man, they was hating on me, man. All I want to say is tune into Studio Podcast. I'm still learning this as I go. So like we still in the early steps, but if you're here right now, it's gonna be a journey. I'm appreciating everybody that's supporting it. We got STL community events coming soon. I got some other stuff I'm working on. I'm gonna be dropping like really soon. So I just want to tell people stay motivated, stay consistent, because whatever you do, as long as you're being consistent at it, things will take off for you.
All right, somebody needs to hear that motivation today. They've been dropping content. They feel like they ain't been getting the looks they wanted, but it's gonna happen one day when you least expect it. You're gonna be running around your little apartment.
Begin with the end in mind. You're gonna be good.
Yep. All right, so that's it, y'all. Thank you. Next week. No, before you go, matter of fact, before you go, since we talking about being popular and for the right or wrong reason, how do you feel about not getting support from the people you thought you should have got support from?
Like I said, I'm a realist,
Okay.
so I see the world for what it is,
Yeah.
and it's like not everybody gonna always support what you're doing. Like it's easy to like your tweets and retweet you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say so hi to you on the internet, have a small conversation. But when you asking people to like buy tickets and spend $30 on clothes, then you going into like other shit they got going on with their money, you know?
Yeah.
I realistically see it takes a quality product or a good salesman to really get that out there. And coming from somebody who has had several sold out events, I understand the importance of like really getting people to buy stuff, but you gotta accept with who support you and show love to them, and that's the only way your stuff gonna take off.
Yeah.
Cause I can't keep worrying
Um,
about who not showing me love all day, cause then I'm ignoring the people who actually is supporting.
yeah. And that's something I think I'm learning. I ain't gonna say I learned, but I'm learning. And I think it's interesting because, each of these tracks we doing for this album, the series,
I
all
feel
fade
you.
into one. So like every episode leading into the next one. So next week's episode is about no support. And I'm gonna dive into I'm gonna be by myself, but I'm gonna dive into that and just talk about the ins and outs of that because in reality it can be hurtful when you thought these people should support you better because I do understand the concept of everybody don't support that, but in the same breath, I still feel like it's a little strange if you going up and your people not saying nothing. That's weird to me. Like you
It,
going up and ain't nobody giving you a congrats or you did a good job. That's a little weird. They never talk about it.
but another thing I did learn too though is support looks different for different people though. Like I support you mean I believe in what you're doing. I support you for them could mean I'm gonna buy everything you drop because I support you. I
Yeah,
support you could also mean I told somebody about you. Now they could have told somebody else and the opportunity came on, but I've been putting a word out there about what you're doing. Not support don't sound the same from everybody else. You
yeah,
gotta learn what their definition is and be appreciative of the little they get because I don't expect nobody to do nothing for me. That's how I feel. So whatever you do for me, thank you.
okay. And
Now
we're
you
gonna end
can
it
have
off.
haters, but like I said, we can't focus on that. I can only
Yeah,
focus on who is showing me love, and that's how my shit gonna take off.
and we're gonna end it off on that. We're gonna pick this up. I'm gonna pick it up. Track 4. All right, appreciate you, my boy, for pulling up on me. P.S.A. signing out. Always remember, keep your head up like your neck hurt. Remember who you are, and make your mind up. Don't let it make you.
Let me know when you're trying to run it back.